ITV News can reveal how some private landlords are making millions of pounds from councils housing people in shocking conditions. Thousands of homeless families across England are being placed in accommodation run by private companies because local authorities simply don't have enough places. Well, since 2019, these companies have been paid more than £876 million. We found some families forced to live in damp, mouldy, drafty flats. One of them even found a caretaker was allegedly stealing from them. And as we've heard so many times in our long-running investigation, tenants' concerns and complaints are routinely ignored. Our investigations correspondent Daniel Hewitt heard from tenants in Birmingham and London forced to live in truly awful homes.
It appears from every angle to be a derelict building. The broken windows, the battered brick suggest little sign of life, or of the millions of pounds of taxpayers' money paid to the private company to house homeless families inside. But there is life inside these Birmingham flats, lives feeling as abandoned as this building looks.
When I say it's bad, it's real bad.
This tenant does not want to show her face. Such is the shame she feels about the state of the home she and her 2 children have been placed in by Birmingham City Council when they became homeless. The mould and damp that crawls from every corner is making them all sick. She has placed black bin liners in the window frames to shield them from the draft. The flats are run by Global Property Management.
And I've sent over complaints. I tell them, oh, I'm sick. I'm using the pump. I'm reaching nowhere.
How many times would you say you've complained to the council and to Global about
50 million times.
Just all the time?
All the time. When I call them and so they look down on you, you know?
They look down on you?
Like speak to you like they're above. You understand? Yeah. Might be true, we are in temporary accommodation and it's still like, well, we are nobody.
Global Property Management have received £3.7 million from Birmingham City Council since 2019. Councils have a duty to help provide housing to families when they become homeless, but a chronic shortage of homes means councils are increasingly turning to private companies to do it. We've discovered that since 2019, private housing firms have been paid over £867 million to provide at least 84,000 families with temporary accommodation. Kensington and Chelsea Council spent the most, giving £116 million to private providers. Birmingham had the biggest bill outside the capital at £41 million. And these are the companies benefiting. Property management firm Elliott Lee got nearly £26 million since 2019, followed by AJ Bush with £20 million. Not every council provided figures, so the true amount is likely to be higher. Back in Birmingham, we wanted to ask Global's bosses if they feel they're providing a good service for the millions they're receiving.
Is Mr. Nishal here? I'm a journalist from ITV News.
So we went to the home of the company's director to see what he had to say.
He's not here. The office.
But when we went to the firm's office...
Hello?
Is at Coventry for some meeting?
OK, so no managers in today?
No.
Again, no luck.
Instead, Global Property Management have said to us in a statement, homeless tenants can cause too much damage to the properties as they have nothing to lose. You cannot sue them for damage as they are claiming benefits. And tenants from hot countries do not open their windows as they feel cold.
We showed the Shadow Housing Secretary our findings.
Some of those private providers who are letting out properties in appalling conditions and making huge amounts of money out of it have got councils over a barrel. There's a shortage of properties available to councils, and while there are many good providers in the market, they're being consistently undercut by people who come in just to make a quick buck out of what is appalling levels of human misery.
One of the biggest earners of taxpayers' money is Theory Housing Management Services. We found at least 6 councils have paid them £12.2 million since 2019. We've received multiple complaints about Theory, including at this former office block in East London. It's visibly run down. Dirty carpets, cracked walls, mould inside several flats. But the big concern here is the security.
It's terrifying. It can be terrifying at times.
Michael was placed here with his partner and young daughter in this 1-bed flat. But last year he noticed money going missing. So he set up a small camera in their bedroom, and to his horror, it captured the caretaker of the building, employed by Theory, letting himself into their home, rummaging through their belongings, before allegedly stealing money from the wardrobe.
Anger was the first thing, but it was also a feeling of fear. It could have been a situation where she would have been home alone with the baby. Now let him come into the property when I'm not home. I don't really feel safe living here, but we don't really have a choice.
We understand this caretaker no longer works here. When we asked Theory, they said they don't comment on individual employees. They ignored our request for an interview.
Morning, ITV News.
So we visited the company's director at his home in North London.
We've been doing some filming in some of your properties that Theory manage, and we wanted to know whether it's value for money that you're giving the council and the people who are living there. We're seeing the conditions that people live in, and we've seen the amount of money that you guys get. Is it value for money?
Instead, a statement from the company said they always aim to provide the best service, and residents have their contact details to report any issues. But just as we've been met with silence, so too do so many residents, trapped in temporary homes at great taxpayer expense with nowhere else to go.
It's just shocking, isn't it? I mean, it makes you so angry. And all that money, what's being done about this?
Well, tonight, the Housing Secretary, we understand, has ordered government officials to urgently investigate the findings of our investigation. They say what we found is appalling and the response unacceptable. Birmingham City Council have said it's in the process now of securing alternative accommodation for all households who remain in homes managed by Global Property Management. The other providers in that report that we approach say that they're doing their best to provide the best accommodation possible, the best service. They say that the actions of some do not represent the actions of all, and they say what they're doing is plugging a gap where we haven't built enough houses in this country. They are now providing houses for homeless families that need them. I think what is hard to stomach here, Mary, is the fact that these people have nowhere else to go. They have turned to the council, they have turned to their local authority in their hour of need, homeless and desperate, and they feel powerless while some people are making some pretty big profits.
Yeah, it's horrifying. Daniel, thank you.